I know that you've had a chance to be in the courtroom, to be around all these people, and what many people are calling a circus. So if you can give us a personal moment or something that you found interesting yourself that the viewer hasn't seen, I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure the viewers would as well.
Yes, I have a couple. First of all, after Cindy's emotional testimony on one day, I rode down with the prosecutor, Jeff Ashton, and I asked him for his reaction. It was just him and me in the elevator, and he said, "They're torn." He smiled ruefully, which I took to mean they don't want their daughter to be put to death. Now, after Lee's emotional testimony, I got in the elevator again, and guess who I'm in the elevator with? Lee, Cindy, and George, and their attorney. And yes, Cindy and Lee are talking in a very animated fashion to each other, which to me says they're working together, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
And George is turned his face to the wall. I'm not talking about the door of the elevator. I'm talking about the wall of the elevator, facing the wall, holding a Bible. He's been accused of molestation by his daughter. I think of all the people, Cindy's scrappy, Lee's young. I think George is really suffering the most. I have total compassion for him.
I have never heard a moment like that. And, you know, can you imagine what this family is going through? You said they're working together, but the dad, you say, is the one is probably, this is tougher on him than anyone.
Well, I always say that murder cases make for strange bedfellows. Jose Baez has accused his family of all sorts of things, especially George and Lee, by extension, of molesting Casey. And yet, outside court, you'll see Cindy and Jose Baez chatting amicably with each other. So, obviously, they have aligned, it would seem to me anyway, with the person who accused him of all these things, but is also the very same person who's trying to save their daughter's life. It's such an odd situation. Really, really bizarre and fascinating.
Oh, absolutely right, Jane. I've never heard anything like the exchange you said in the elevator. That is great information. I'm sure our viewers will be fascinated by it. Everyone is fascinated by this case. Jane Velez Mitchell, down in Orlando, covering this Casey Anthony trial. We really appreciate it every night on HLN at 7 p.m. Make sure you watch Issues.
Thanks, Don.